Hello students, today we are going to do one chapter called Euclid's Geometry. Now in Euclid's Geometry, what is axiom or postulate? Axiom or postulate is the assumption which are obvious universal truth. So axiom or postulate, it is universally true, you don't have to prove it. Matlab it is obvious. Then point number 3, theorems are statements which needs to be proved. You can prove it using definition, you can prove it using axiom, you can prove it using some previous statement, or you can prove it with some deductive reasoning. Now theorems will be there in every chapter of your syllabus. Lines and angles, triangles, in every chapter, quadrilaterals, there will be theorems, and every theorem has a proof. Now axioms, Euclid gave 7 axioms and Euclid gave 5 postulates. Now what are the 7 axioms? First one, things which are equal to the same thing are equal to one another. So suppose if I say that suppose if I say that there are two numbers x and y. So if I say that x is 3 and y is also 3, automatically that means x is equal to y. So things which are equal to the same thing are equal to one another. So if x is 3 and y is 3, that means x is equal to y. Number 2, if equals are added to equals, the wholes are equal. So suppose you know that there are two numbers x and y, they both are equal. Now to both of them you add the same equal number, suppose 3. So x plus 3 and y plus 3 will also be equal. So if x is equal to y, and if you add the same thing to both of them, suppose 3, the answer will be equal. So x plus 3 will be equal to y plus 3. Point number 3, if equals are subtracted from equals, the remainders are equal. Suppose you know x is equal to y, and from both suppose you subtract 3. So x minus 3 will be equal to y minus 3. Point number 4, things which coincide with one another are equal to one another. Now things which coincide with one another are equal to one another, it basically means that suppose there is a line and somebody has told me that on this line there are 2 points A and B, and suppose somebody has told me that there is a point C which coincides with A and there is a point D which coincides with B. So C coincides with A and D coincides with B, so that automatically means that AB will be equal to CD. So things which coincide with one another are equal to one another. Point number 5, the whole is greater than the part. So suppose you have a line AB and in between you have 2 points C and D. So the whole line is AB, the part line is CD. AB will be greater than CD. Point number 6, things which are double of the same things are equal to one another. Suppose let us say that there is a number x, it is double of z, and there is a number y that is also double of z. So x is equal to 2z, y equal to 2z, so that means x and y will be equal. Point number 7, things which are half of the same thing are equal to one another. Suppose there is a number x that is half of z, there is a number y which is half of z. So x is half of z, y is half of z, that means x and y are equal to one another. Now let us see Euclid's postulate. Postulate number 1, a straight line may be drawn from any one point to any other point. See, if you have 2 points, right, you just have to join them, that is called a straight line. So those 2 points can be anywhere, it doesn't matter, but if you join them, then in that case you will get a straight line. A terminated line can be produced indefinitely. What is the meaning of this? Suppose you have a line which starts from A right? Suppose you have a line which starts from A. Now this line, it is ending at B. Now there is no need that the line has to start and end at A and B. It can go beyond to this side, beyond to this side. So you can extend it indefinitely. A circle can be drawn with any center and any radius. See, for drawing a circle, you only need two things. One, center, and after that you have to decide the radius. So center, you can choose any point you want, and after that whichever radius you choose, that will be your circle. All right angles are equal to one another. So all right angles are 90 degree. So you can draw a right angle anywhere you want. You can draw a right angle here. You can draw a right angle here. You can draw a right angle like this. So all these are 90 degree. So therefore they are all equal to each other. Number 5, if a straight line falling on two straight lines makes the interior angles on the same side of it taken together less than two right angles, then the two straight lines, if produced indefinitely, will meet on that side on which the sum of the angles is less than two right angles. So that means what? That means what? Suppose there are two straight lines and there is a third line which falls on both of them. These are the two lines, like this one and this one. There's a third line which falls on both of them. Now this is one angle, suppose x, this is one angle, suppose y, and it is given that x plus y is less than 180, right? In that case, these two lines, this line and this line, wherever they meet each other, that is this point, right, this will be the side where the sum of these two angles is less than 180. Let me explain to you in another way. If this is x, you know this is 180 minus x, and if this is y, you know this is 180 minus y. What is the total of 180 minus x and 180 minus y? It is 360 minus x minus y. Now this will be greater than 180, right? This 360 minus x minus y, it will be greater than 180. So the side in which the total is greater than 180 is this side, and the side in which the total is less than 180 is this side. So the meeting of these two lines will happen on the side where the total is less than 180. So this is postulate number 5. Now postulate 5 is a bit confusing, so Euclid himself gave another two versions of the fifth postulate. The first one, for every line L and for every point P not on L, there exists a unique line M passing through P and parallel to L. So according to Euclid, there is a line, suppose like this, L, and there is a point P, but that point P is not on L. So you can definitely draw a line M passing through P and it is parallel to L. This is something very useful. And 6 part 2, two distinct intersecting lines cannot be parallel to the same line. Suppose there are two lines and you know for a fact that they are cutting each other. So if this line is parallel to, suppose, one line like this, then at the same time this also cannot be parallel to this. Similarly, if this line is parallel to this, then this line cannot be parallel to that. So both of them cannot be parallel to the same line. Why? Because they are intersecting. So these are the 5 postulates and 7 axioms of Euclid.